Hello, Education 380, Education 500. Hope your week's going well. Few things. I don't think this will be a long video. I say that all the time. It's still end up going a half an hour, but I'm going to try to keep myself contained this week. Few things though. One, thank you all very much. This is my problem, not yours, but this is the first week of student teaching observations, and at least they're due this week. I have a few students I've been out seeing, so I'm a little behind on grading. I do try to get everything done at least midweek, with varying levels of success, I know. But I'll try to, I am behind this week. I will try my best to get everything posted ASAP towards the end of the week. I'm recording this on September 15th because I had a small window. I'm in the field the next 2 days, so I wanted to get this done. But thanks again for your patience. Everything you have been posting has been great, so I appreciate it. I can tell most of you are just about there to being teachers. You're getting ready to go out in the field. So, you know, I appreciate it. That's all I can say. My arm's not there, but I appreciate it. The next thing, and that's actually a really sad segue, I think, to what I'm getting ready to say. And some of you are actually involved in this, which is not sad. It's actually awesome that you're doing it. But I sent out something a few weeks ago, I think last week actually. It's called the Education Know-It-All panel. It is a panel where we're really focusing on students that I guess would be traditionally in your 150, 200, 320, which everyone in this class is probably pretty much knocked out. But just things that students should know as an education student, maybe things that you didn't know that you wish you had known, or the program had helped you with, maybe a little more detail on praxis, juncture, things like that. You're probably saying, well, I know everything. I've already been through this. That is probably true, but it's still a chance maybe to ask you some questions if you have them before you go out student teaching. I know a lot of people in here are in 443, but if you are willing to come, maybe you can contribute some answers. We have a panel from all disciplines of secondary, elementary, and such. But still, if you're willing to come, maybe you can chime in and say, I wish I had known this, if someone asks the question and such. If you do come, I'd be willing to give you 10 points to basically get you out of either a tech discussion or blog of that point. You do have to stay, and you do need to verify your attendance. I don't care if it's a selfie with one of these in the auditorium. I don't care if you come up. I should have a sign-in sheet. I'm hoping to remember to do that. For myself or any students in my 200 class, I can put it on there, but your presence will be very welcomed. I know some of you have already volunteered to actually be on the panel, so it's good. And actually, if you're in MAT and 500, maybe you're not too far along in the program, this would be something maybe that really help you out. It's geared, I will admit, to undergrads, but I think there's a lot of information there that's a big help. As you can see, it's sponsored by KDP. That's our Education Honor Society, if you did not know it. And it's taking place at the Bird Center, which is right next to the library in that big rotunda. Walk in, kind of walk to the right, and you'll see the auditorium. Simple as that. So please come if you can. It'll be much appreciated. Next thing, as I on my way to the next topic. Oh, that's Sakai. We don't want to do that. By the way, before I get really into this, you all have been great with Brightspace. I was just telling someone, I feel like the students have made a much smoother transition than a lot of the professors with Brightspace, myself included, because I still make some errors that people point out, which I do appreciate across all my classes. But just kudos to you. So with that being said, this week, we're only going to mainly focus on Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is pretty cool. That was something that I was using pre-pandemic. I really like it. I think it has definitely gotten more popular, and I should have said that with Nearpod. I don't know if I did, but it's another tool that during the pandemic, I think more and more people started to use. Usually most people like Edpuzzle after they get, it's a little clunky at first, but once you figure it out, I think a lot of people like it. Discussion is related to differentiated instructions and using tech to help you out with that. And you'll blog on your Edpuzzle. Edpuzzle is the only tech this week, so I will keep this as short and sweet as possible. I do want to just throw out a few things about Edpuzzle as we're talking, and we'll see where we get to. All right, very first thing I am going to say about Edpuzzle. You will need to register for Edpuzzle. It is much like Nearpod, where, let me log out so we can do this properly. you will need to create your own account. I think it is, yeah, when you log in. No, sorry, I had clicked that. When you hit that, hit log in, and then it'll ask if you don't have an account. Don't get anything fancy. You just need the free account. That's all I'm asking for this account, this assignment. I'd put I'm a teacher because you are. You can make your own account. Like I have a Shepherd one, or just do your Google. Everyone has a Google account. I would maybe just go ahead and do it. You can embed stuff in if you have a Google Classroom out in the field, maybe. Let's go. Excuse me. Eat a granola bar. I think I did that out to you all one other time. Here's what Edpuzzle is. Edpuzzle is a system where there are a bunch of videos. You could actually upload your own videos if you record a lecture. Like I could put this on Edpuzzle if I wanted. I don't want to. And post it. You can do student projects. You can post it. You can also discover your own content. As you can see, there's things loaded up at our school, YouTube, Khan Academy, TED Talks. There's all types of stuff that you can do. But you load it up and you put questions in it. And students have to answer those questions while they watch the video. You can prevent skipping, so they have to watch the whole video to get to the questions. You can put in notes. The notes can be either typed up notes just to highlight something. They can be verbal notes. I've never used the verbal notes much. I mostly just use the questions and sometimes the notes if there's something I really want to point out. There is a whole pool of different things that you can use within Edpuzzle. There are pre-created videos. As you can see, here's one that already has questions and notes in it. And you can, I've used some of these before since they're a shared community. I always check them out before I do it because like anything on the internet, you don't know what's on there if it's right. But I'm going to ask you if you could create your own this week. I've created a lot of my own, and I think it's just something to just kind of get used to it. It is a little intuitive at first. I will put up some help videos, and I'm going to walk you through one here. I'm sure I'll mess this up myself because I always forget a step when I do an Edpuzzle and load it up. But once you get your account, you can create a class. And there's some that I've made in the past just for examples, but you'll go in here and as you can see, you can embed this in a Google Classroom, a Canvas, and a Schoology, all things that we've used locally, Washington County, Jefferson County, Berkeley County, I believe. You can put it in Teams, all that. And when you click new class, you just put the name of the class and everything. I'm not going to make another class since I have 3 over there I can just use. But you just type in like world history, your description and what it is. And once you do all that, you hit create class and it'll pop up over here. So you can assign videos to classes. And as you can see, here's some of the videos I've used before. Now, for example, hold on, let me check one thing real quick. Yes, okay. When I go over, you can do this. You can look for content. And that's just under 2 different places. You can go to Discover, or you can go to Discover there. If you want to make your own video and load it up or record one or a student project, that's fine. I'm not asking you to do that, though. A simple YouTube video is fine. I did one on the Dark Ages. Let's just do one on Napoleon. Whoops. Let's do one on the spelling Napoleon, right? And as you can see, there's a whole different bunches of videos. Some already have questions in them. That's fine. I have no problems with that. So let's just pick, I'll do, a lot of people like Crash Course, so I'll just pick Crash Course. And I'm going to copy that. Okay. Now you can watch it, assign it. Like I could already assign this to one of my classes, but instead what I'm going to do is go to content and it's there. This is where you need to do your editing. Now, if you click one of these videos, like I'm going to click the Napoleon one. If you see, I can watch the video there, but there are already a ton of questions that have already been put in there. I can remove those questions, but they're all right here. And this is the minute marks that they're at. But when I like click it, well, I'll show you.
Hi, I'm John Green, and this is Crash Course European History. So the word revolution is a funny one because it literally means a full turn of 360 degrees, like you end a revolution where you started out. But in history, revolution means radical change, stark departures from the world that was, and the messy, often violent embrace.
Sorry, I was being dramatic there and not talking. But you see, there it is. There's an open-ended question. You can do multiple choice, but that's the question. So what is significant? I'm just gonna put change, and then you submit, and then you continue.
Race of a new world. The
And
French
you can see
Revolution was in different ways
And in
both
39
kinds of
seconds, there's gonna be
revolution.
another
In the end, an absolutist government was replaced by an absolutist government. But the change that emerged from the revolution was real.
By the way,
and
I like
lasting. It
captioning
helped
for all my
usher in a world
videos
where
just
people
to
saw
eliminate
themselves
any
as citizens
confusion.
of a community,
Especially in
rather
social
than
studies,
subjects of
probably
the king.
science.
And eventually,
Boom, there's another one. And then they would fill that in. They can rewatch that section if they need to. It's a pretty cool tool. Now, let's edit this. You can edit and create your own version if you want. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do. So you can go in here, you can cut the video, you can do all types of stuff. You can add questions. So
as a kid, he spoke Corsican and Italian and didn't
I'm
start
not
learning
asking-
French until he was 10.
I'm going to try
and
to,
he
I have a
bullied
time
his
limit for the
accent in
video.
French and for his
Why am I talking over him? You can cut it, and I am going to have, I'll show you the assignment. I'm going to ask you to do a shorter video. I think I have on there 3 minutes, but I'm fine with 5 minutes, just because I do watch them. But in here, you can actually remove questions. You can add questions. So for example, there's one question. You can trash it as it dances for some reason. Let's see if I can just, there. Wow, that's weird.
And eventually, a rising military star man.
It's like some sort of test.
He entered the army
But
as
you
a
see,
second lieutenant.
Just getting those out. But if you want to, you can add in your own questions. So you just sit there and you click multiple choice, where was the born? And you can put whatever, but spelled, boom, France. He was actually born in Corsica, so you'd save it and I put it in there, boom, and it's in there at that mark, and then it'll be at that question mark. So you can add them as you watch them. So if you're watching the video, you can add the questions, you can remove the questions, whatever. That's kind of it. Finish. Now, after you edit your video, you're going to assign it. And I'm going to assign it to European history. You don't have to put a due date, just so it doesn't close on me. Prevent skipping. I mentioned this. This is when your students would have to watch the entire video. There's no jumping around. There's none of that. They have to watch the video and answer all the questions. You can turn on captioning or not. And I'm going to assign it to my class. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Now, for me, for this assignment, you need to share the assignment. You do have parental consent. Oh, it's going to ask you this, and I probably should have put this at the beginning, but I'm going to ask it. It's going to ask you for your school. Shepherd's fine. That's what most people put. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing that you have to worry about. But yeah, Shepherd University is fine, or Shepherd College, or whatever. You copy that link. You can do the Word document on Brightspace. If you want to email it to me, that's fine. I got a lot of people email the Google Classrooms, but that's it. That's all you need to do. So just to kind of rehash one more time. All right, add content, Renaissance. You're going to go Renaissance, spell, oh, it's not in my content. Renaissance. All right, pick that one. It's already got me into editing. I can edit it however I want. Watch it, cut it, get rid of questions, such. I like it. There's the questions. There's the voiceover if you want to add it. There's the notes, open in the questions. I don't care which one of these things you use, and I'll show you the breakdown of the assignment in a minute. It's finished. I'm going to assign it to whatever class. That just means your students get that's in there. But if you want to just share it, click it there to me. And like I say, if you just need to put a school when you register, Shepherd University is fine. That's it, puzzle. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. I like it a lot. It's pretty cool. Again, if you have questions, feel free to email me or contact or whatever. But before I let you go, let's go back to assignments. And let me go over what you have to do for Edpuzzle. I'm hoping I put it on here. I'm recording a little earlier than I normally do. I did not, or did I? Let's check it out. That's better than I thought. Better than I thought. Let's open it up. All right, your assignment this week. Watch Edpuzzle. So you got to create an Edpuzzle. Select a video. It can be anything from Edpuzzle, YouTube, Khan Academy, Crash. Again, I would probably pick something that you're interested in terms of content. So don't go too off the wall, but if you're English, pick an English video. Do a biography on someone. Do one on Shakespeare. Once you select your video, it needs to be cropped in no more than 5 minutes. I thought it was 5. I don't know if it was 3 to 5. It should be anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes. So you can pick a video that's 2 minutes. Insert some form of combination of a voiceover, audio notes, or quizzes. That means 5 total. So you can have 5 questions, you can have 5 notes, you can have 5 audios. You could have 3 questions, 2 notes. That's fine. You could have 4 audio, 1 question. I don't care. Most people put questions in or questions and notes. That's all fine. If you already know your placements, I'm assuming most people are going out and you want to make a video that's related to your placement. I mean, obviously, that's not a bad idea. Especially, you never know in this world if you might have to use something online anyway. So Edpuzzle, pretty awesome. And there's already a mess up on there. Once you have finished, submit the link on Sakai. Someone's going to email me and ask me, we don't have Sakai. That is correct. This is an old document and I need to update that to submit it on Brightspace. So that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And I said I'd keep this as straightforward as I possibly could. That is Edpuzzle. I will put some help videos up that might be even more streamlined than what I do. But the benefits of Edpuzzle are very good. In the pandemic world, it gets your content out. I'm a social studies teacher. We love YouTube and videos, especially clips. This is one way to make sure that your students could, watch it. It's a good way to do a flip type classroom where maybe you assign a video and the students watch it and you can come back and talk about it. There's a lot that you can do with this. I think this is one of the better tools that you'll probably get in this class. Not that I don't want to poo-poo the others, especially since I teach the class, but I always feel like Edpuzzle is one of the stronger things. It's just something I think, especially in the world we're living in right now where you don't know what's going on and what could happen, this is something you can use either when you have students live in class or distance learning. So, and it does keep a grade book. I don't want to pull it up because I have some separate students' grades in there. But if you kind of fiddle around once you enroll students and put them, once you share the video and they're in there, it'll have a video and it'll show you their grades and how they do. I will admit, when I watch the videos, a lot of times I'm kind of quick in how I answer. So don't judge me too much if I don't know the answers to your videos. I may skip a question or something like that. A lot of times I'm just seeing if you can use the tech. That, my friends, is everything. I hope you're having a great week. Please, if you can make it the 23rd, it'll be a good time. It's not stressful or anything like that. It's just, we can always use more input or advice, I'm sure, for anyone that's went through it. You all have been through this, most of you anyway. It's always good to help. It's a very teacher thing to do. So now with that all being said, I feel like I keep throwing my arms up, but with all that being said, I'm going to stop this video and wish you all a happy weekend. I will get to grading right now. So talk to you later.